I'm trying to get to my video so I can talk to you guys. Okay, there we go. All right. Oh, how do I go? Oh, evening, Lebuhan and Makosi Dakarai. Yes, evening. Yes, I'm here in case one of you might need some spiritual advice. And hope you're doing well this evening. Yes, that's me. Spiritual advice using Ife water spirits and hello from Florida, Tovela. Yes, yes. Talk to me. Talk to me. Talk to me. Yes. Gosh, it's the first few minutes, isn't it? That are like I'm pulling myself through. Where's this one not showing the messages properly? Oh, okay, we got it. Chobela, Sibulelo. Hey, may I kindly ask, what's the way or process to combine the maternal and maternal ancestors? Maternal and paternal ancestors, so that they agree with one path. So what is happening in your spiritual path? What do you think they are not connecting with each other? What's making you think that they're not connected, or not connecting, or not in agreement, or you just want to? Normally, ancestors do. Oh, let me just close the door because I can hear the noise from outside. Okay. All right. A lot of us, our ancestors, they come together and they'll give way to the first set of ancestors, and then the others as well come and they come to you. So it is a process where it is just operating in the ancestral realm. That's where they do the whole thing. That's where they set up the whole thing to make sure that the one who comes to you, the ancestors come together, and then they select one to come first to you so that they open you up. After that, ancestors, they can start showing you which gifts are coming from this side, or which gifts are coming from this side, or what kind of how many ancestors are working with you to achieve your goal or to help you in your spiritual path. So I don't know of any process where you have to just start on its own. Like ancestors, I want to connect to, or I want my partner ancestors and my maternal ancestors to connect, unless if there are other issues that ancestors as well, they will show you what needs to be done in order to, well, the ancestors will tell you themselves what you need to do in order to make sure that they are all together as one. They are in alignment with each other, the maternal and the paternal. So I don't know any other process that we need to do. I haven't come across where anyone who's going on the spiritual path that I've dealt with, unless if, let's say maybe you were not aware of parental ancestors or maternal ancestors, and they're coming to you in the dream state where they are making you aware that they're there, but they're not properly connecting with each other. So something has to be done physically. For you, you have to do something physically. The family have to do something to create harmony within family, so that they become aware of what is actually happening spiritually with your ancestors, so that all of them, they can be together as one, or they can come to you together as one. So when they direct us to do something physically, it's just a matter of principle. There are things that we need to do as families, right? There are certain things we need to do, some rituals that we need to do. And let me just give you an example. Like, let's say your mother was not married, or the mother was married to someone and you're not from that bloodline. So the other parent, your bloodline ancestors want to connect with you, but as well they don't want to inconvenience where your parents are, where your mother, or where you are at this particular moment. So they will try to create certain things for you to do physically. They will let you know spiritually things that you need to do physically, so that all of them are together. But as well, they don't want to inconvenience the family setting that is already in place physically. So that's when you do certain processes, certain rituals. Unless if there's something, something that, unless if something, there's something that you are actually specifically asking about, Sibolelo, that I'm not covering here with my answer. I'm happy to repeat myself in a way that you understand what I'm trying to say. So remember that you cannot choose your ancestors. They're already there. They're already there for you. You know, no matter where you go, you tend to find that, let's say, let me not go there, because we're talking about something just specific, maternal and paternal coming together as one. So they tend to come together as one. But a lot of us, what we see is that you see this part of ancestors coming together first, and then this other one coming as well second. I mean, after these ones have come out, and then these ones as well come, and then they reveal themselves nicely to you. Or if you have to go through one path where they are coming together as one during one session, So where you're going to hear them all together, where all ancestors are there and all spirits are there. So all of them, they'll be there. They'll introduce themselves one by one, like this your grandmother, your grandfather, or whatever, whoever that has gone past in your family, in your paternal side, whoever that has gone past in your maternal side. Those who are able to be there for that meeting, they will come in and then they will express themselves to you and tell you who they are and stuff like that. So they will be coming together as one, whole family unit. All right. So it is possible to activate paternal gift while you're using your mom's surname. Able to activate paternal gift. Like I said, a lot of things is a matter of principles. A lot of things are a matter of principles. When you're supposed to activate a gift, remember that spiritually there will be people who are specifically selected to help you on your spiritual path. So they might be coming from your paternal side or they might be coming from your maternal side. Whoever that is coming first, whoever that has been selected that is going to be looking after you, if it is from your mother's side or if it's from your paternal side, they'll come and appear to you. So if, let's say, you have your mother is out, you're from a family, not a family. If your mother was not married and you're not aware of your father's side, your father's side will introduce themselves to you, and they will make you understand who they are and stuff like that. And if you were not aware of that lineage, you go back to your physical living people to tell them that you've been visited by ancestors who are saying that they are from your father's side. So your parents' side, if they have issues that they want to be resolved, they will tell you that we will be able to, because remember that a lot of these things, the reason why we connect with our ancestors is that there should be unity with families. There should be unity and harmony with families. So there are a lot of things. The reason why we do certain things, we do certain rituals, we do certain things within families is to make sure that there is no disharmony, right? So let's say your mother gets pregnant, they go to the father's side to let them know that obviously they've got your parent pregnant out of wedlock. Those are matter of principle, just to let them know that there is this, you have done this, right? You have done this. You could have done it this better way, but you have done it in this way. So therefore, we are asking that you acknowledge that bit, which I'm talking about at the beginning. We ask that you acknowledge this bit. So you'll find that a lot of families will do, they pay, right? Because remember that payment now, we use material things, right? We pay to acknowledge that we have a child out of wedlock, right? So now let's say they've done all those things and then they just never got married. So the family, your parents, they know, your mother, they know that those other families, they know, because when they've taken that to introduce that there's a baby coming, the family knew that there would be a baby coming, right? So when the partner side comes to you telling you that they've got your gifts, your mother will your mother's side, they will acknowledge that, because obviously they introduce you to that family that you'll be coming, isn't it? When you're still before birth, I'm talking about, or after birth, depending on when they do these things. So they acknowledge that thing. But if they've never done that, and in your culture, that has to be done. So that means your parents, your maternal side, they will ask the paternal side if they are aware of, they know of who they are and where they are. They will go, they will take you there. That's where you will see that we are taken. The mother will be taking you to your rahadis, the aunties and the stuff there, so that they will do some rituals to introduce you to that lineage. So they are aware of you, because their people have visited you, mean that you've dreamed about them, they've come to you and said they've got your gifts. So after they've done that ritual, so when you come home and when you receive that, you receive it with everything is all right, isn't it? They've acknowledged that bit, they've done the cultural things. Remember that when we come into this bit, when we become healers or traditional healers, whatever you are, so however you call it, remember that we are coming in so that we can keep our cultures going on, right? We can keep on preserving this tradition, the traditional bit of our cultures and stuff like that. We can keep on making sure that we don't lose that bit of ourselves. So when someone have a child, we do these rituals. When someone have a child out of wedlock, we do these rituals. When someone have, when a mother gets married and they take that child to the new family who is not the blood father of that child, we do these rituals because we are keeping this bit of us going so that we acknowledge other bit of ourselves, so that we don't lose that bit of self. We don't forget who we are and how we do things and how we're supposed to know each other by doing these rituals. Remember that the introduction is doing rituals, like we acknowledge that we know, even though we are not married, but we know that there's someone who exists, right? Things like that. So when the gifts are coming, they will come as well. Even the ancestors, they will direct you, they will tell you what needs to be done within your family, because different families, they do different rituals to acknowledge that bit of the paternal side in their way that will be for them. They will, for them, it will be something that they believe in. It's according to their beliefs. Cultural wise, it's their belief that they do certain things in that particular way. So the gifts will keep on coming, but when they come, they will come with instructions. Do this first, and then do this again, and do that again, and do that. That's why you see our ancestors, especially the fathers, the paternal side, when they're coming to you, even the maternal side ancestors, they will direct you to let your family know that they should be doing this particular ritual for you, so that those ancestors, when they come in, they will be received nicely by the other ancestors as well in the spiritual realm. Because remember that they have to make sure that there is no disrespect within families, right? Because if they don't do these kind of things, if they don't make people understand what they've done wrong and what they could have done right, there will be families who disrespect each other by doing certain things and hurting other families without acknowledging their wrongs when they happen at that particular time. Okay. Yes, you can activate using your mother's surname. You can. You don't have to change a name to activate your gift. It's just to acknowledge. A lot of people who comes and their ancestors, they tell them that the family they're even with is not the surname that they're using is not even their surname. All the ancestors want to, what ancestors want you to acknowledge is that you have to know who you are, identity. You need to know who you are, and then so that even your children, they don't get lost. Because if you don't know who you are, you'll get lost. Even your descendant will get lost. So they will, before they reveal their gifts, they will tell you, go to that particular family. And then when you go to that particular family, then you know that these are your blood family and stuff like that. It's not that you're supposed to go there and become the family like a serious thing, but some people will carry on. They will acknowledge that bit, and they will have those three sets of families, like the family that their mother is married into, and their blood ancestors side, like a partner side. They will acknowledge that bit, so you'll have a big family, which is beautiful, isn't it? But even your children will have a big family as well. But as well, they'll know who they are. Okay. All right. This Jim Cool is the first ancestor or guide that introduced himself or herself. Is the leading guide. Yes, I'll call them the leading guide, but they don't stay the same for a long time. Remember that they come and they help you for that particular time, and then they go, and then you'll see other guys coming in. right? They don't stay there forever. They're not supposed to stay there forever. If you're growing spiritually, they can't stay there forever. They have to go because as well they're growing spiritually. So they're just there to make sure that that path is open for you, and then they move forward. But remember that it is the leading one, the one who comes to open that bit. And I think another gogo said it, put it in a nice way, the one who parula you, the one who parula you, right? The ancestor, the leading one, the one who opens that bit, who breaks that bit for you. That wall between you and all other ancestors opens it for you. And then after that, remember that all ancestors will always be there because they all have their roles. They all have their roles. They all have their strong beats. So when I'm saying strong beats, I mean that each ancestor, the same way as they live in the family, you know who's the strong one when it comes to particular issues, who's the strong one when it comes to these particular issues. So even ancestors, they've got different roles. That's why you see some, they appear for particular reasons, for something that is deep in your spiritual path, and then they go. And then you find some who comes in, especially when you just need the assurance, someone being around you who can keep on comforting you for other things, then that one comes. Then you find the other ones who come in like to let you know about the rules and how you're supposed to be behaving, conducting yourself as a person, as a healer, kind of thing. They will come in when they're needed, especially if they want to make sure that that bit is not forgotten if you kind of relaxing a bit. So they always move around. But what I've seen is that they tend to come and then they'll open that bit for you and then they go. But they'll still be there. When you want to talk to them, they'll come. But remember that in spirituality you do not have to get used to that particular thing. Remember that we are moving forward, we are moving up as we grow spiritually. So the comfort zone is not supposed to be there. As in, like, you become comfortable and it's like you are there in level 1 forever. You're gonna go into different levels as you grow spiritually, different levels, meeting different people, different spirits, different kind of things, depending as well. All right, Jagarai, when the ancestors were first starting to speak to you and come to you, did you have any fear? Not in dreams, but while awake? Yes. The first time, yes. Remember that the first time when it happened, I was not even sure. It was the first time I didn't know what. I didn't understand about these things, about it being healers and stuff like that. Yes, it shook me, and it scared me too. Yes, I was fearful. But the second time when they came now to train me to become a healer, I was looking forward to it. So there was nothing fearful. I understood it. Yes, when other ancestors who are not my ancestors are coming in and they are coming in with different energies, yes, sometimes you be fearful because the way they are talking to you as well is not the same as the way your ancestors that you used to talk to you. They will talk to you in the way that, depending on their standing, how they used to be operating as well. Remember that when they are coming in, ancestors as well, remember that you as a healer have to help them. You have to help them. Remember that they are coming in with that the old self. So you have to help them grow spiritually. So you have to help them clear some things that they're not going to be good for them while in their spiritual path. Remember that that's what we are here to do. They're helping us, we're helping ancestors, we're helping the community as well. So yes, it can be. Some ancestors used to be. I guess when you're getting something that you are unused to, yes, it is. It's different, isn't it? It's different depending on the energy as well. Okay. Okay. Some nights, remember that as well when it happened to me, I didn't have this kind of like where you can go and listen to the gogos and the kulos on YouTube, right? So I have no idea that these things were happening to other people. So that fear, that first contact for me, it sent me home. I needed to get rid of it. That I didn't want to hear people talking to me that I didn't understand. Remember, it was the first time, the first ever time. But the second time, yes, I was strong because now I understood what it was expected. That there will be ancestors and there will be gifts, and there are other issues. Because remember as well, I was not strong as in understanding our spirituality, isn't it? You think others will get those things, but not you. But you know, you get stronger as you understand. Fear is all about not understanding what it is that you're dealing with. But when you know what you're dealing with, and when you know what to expect, even though sometimes you might think you're ready, and when it happens, you realize you're not prepared for that. But at least you know that some people get things like that, so you have an idea. Okay, some nights I'm too excited, some nights my expectations are high for a response, and this keeps me from sleeping smooth. Some nights I get a little scared because I know they may not come the way that is most comfortable for me. All right, okay. Oops. So that's interesting. That's interesting. Yes, yes. They come in different ways. It's something. Remember that the reason why I was scared as well is because I think at the back of my mind as well, I thought about other negative things, isn't it? At the time, I had this negative thing where you think people will do something to you, people will harm you, right? That was before I was mentally strong. But now that I'm mentally strong, I know that when ancestors are coming in, nothing can come to me. If my ancestors are there, nothing can come to me. Literally nothing can come to me. So even the people if I'm giving you an advice, I'll say if you have your ancestors there guiding you, even talking to you in dreams, you should not be fearful of something negative that can come to you. So even when they're coming to you, spiritually coming to you, you wouldn't think anything negative because obviously you trust your ancestors that they've got your best interest at heart. So they wouldn't let just anyone come into your energetic field, isn't it? When your ancestors are there protecting you. Remember, the fact that they're talking to you, that means you will have that layer of protection as well from them. They'll surround you. But there are other issues that physically they cannot control, but spiritually they're there. Right? Physically they're there with you. Okay, so is it possible to be Muprofita and Ngaka at the same time, maternal and paternal? Yes, yes, we are all Eastunians. We are all Eastunians. The Ngaka bit, the gift of Bungaka is just this is like being a traditional healer, right? I guess Bungaka is that, isn't it? We are all, first and all, prophetic. We are all born with that gift that we can do all that. We are all born in that way. So our ancestors will come in to give us these gifts, prophetic gifts, and not prophetic gifts, the gifts where we can work with what they used to work with and stuff like that. They can come and give us gifts where we can use their tools. They use the things that they used to help people, and they give us the knowledge they acquired while they were living in this earthly realm, and they share it with us. But for us, we are born with that gift, the prophetic gift. We are born with it. It is in us. It's just that to bring it out. For some, it might come later on after your ancestors have come to reveal themselves as you being a traditional healer. That bit of yourself can open up later, like mine came up afterwards, after that, to know that I had that prophetic gift, came after I became a healer, right? But for some, that gift comes first. You are activated first. Your source given gift is activated first before all your ancestors come in to give you all their gifts. where they even give you names, where they can tell you that you are this bit, you call this, you call that, you call that, you call that. You can operate as a prophet before all that. And prophetic gifts is nothing to do with maternal or paternal. It is what you're born with. Well, I guess it can be maternal and paternal because you are a mixture of the paternal and maternal, isn't it? If we have to go like a biological wise, right? But it is the gift you're born with, right? Then your maternal and your paternal might give you other gifts that comes with bungaka and stuff. All right. Listen, the last time, Gogo, you said we speak with them in the 5-dimensional state via thoughts, etc. So do we go to different dimensions, then we speak to them 6, 7? I can only speak about the dimensional state that I'm well aware of. And the 5th dimensional state, remember that after the dream state is where you can just go in and come out. As in at night time, you can go in the ancestors, they can go in there and speak to you nicely in there. Meaning that even in thoughts, they can, while they are creating scenarios for you, they can make you think about the things that they want to talk to you about. So therefore they are saying something, they're using people to say something, the message to you. You reply about something, then you're thinking something because they want you to think that way. So they can use the 4th dimensional state to bring out the message in that format. But then you can meet them in the 5th dimensional state with the ancestral realm, right? Or when they are coming to you, they can come to you and then they can give you messages in thought format. Meaning that if you're too aligned, they will make sure that whatever that they're bringing, maybe you're thinking about your dream, then they make you think about something that is related to that dream. That is when they're bringing the messages to you in thought format. But then they can as well do something where you hear them, which is inner voice, or you are hearing them from far, right? Or you're hearing them as in voice, where you can hear the tone, the vibrational, tonic, what they call it, the way that someone talks when they're talking like physically like this. So you can sense even that this is a male. Not sense, you can hear that this is a male you're talking to, or this is a female you're talking to. That is totally different. Yes, I think that's what you're asking. 6th and 7th dimensional state. There are other dimensional states. I just don't know yet what they are called, because I know that you can go as far as leave the ancestral side of things and go to other dimensions, go far and far from your ancestors. I just don't know how they work, as in from the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th, and 10th, and stuff like that. The levels, I only know the levels that I've been taught about. But I know that you can surpass the levels of your ancestors, surpass even the other levels, and go far, far learning about things. What I know that when you're going to learn about stars and stuff like that, is a different kind of level as well. When you're going to learn about other things to do with moons and other things to do with suns, there are other dimensional stages, because even you will become aware that you're surpassing your ancestors level, you're going far into other level. And then when we are talking to other spiritual entities as well, you can tell that you're operating in a different dimensional level as well. I just don't know yet what the levels they are called, apart from the ones that have been made aware of. Tobela Mbuya, Tobela Didi. I missed you. Where have you been, Didi? And Tobela Mon, where have you been? Yes, so yes, there's so many states, that dimensional states. I do not know much about others. Remember that the only ones that I share here is the ones that my people have made me aware of, that I can come and talk to you about. Other states, I know that we just go. Even me, I just go. I don't know which state I'm going to. I just know that I'm going there to learn about different things. When I come back, I realize, that was a different state that I'm used to. You understand? It's totally different things, totally different spirits, totally different things that I'm used to and stuff like that. As in the levels that those states will be in, I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet. I haven't been made aware of what I could be calling them. Probably I'm not yet in that level to remember that everything is on the need to know basis with ancestors. Sibulelo. Speaking of Bunganga and no prophet, which one's supposed to be active first, or God and ancestors will choose which one first? I think I've answered you, Sibulelo. I answered you. I answered you this one. I do not know who choose one first and which one think is best for you and stuff like that. I haven't been made aware by ancestors, spirits and guides. Why would they choose that bit for you than choosing the other bit for you? All I just know is that when it comes to prophetic gifts, you really have to remember that all these gifts that you're getting, even ancestral, they have to go take you through cleansing. Some people, they do not require a lot of remember that our experiences are unique in their own way and different ways, right? Some people will have experienced other things that will block them from actually reaching that bit of themselves, opening that bit of themselves than others. So how you activate when the first one comes in and stuff like that, it will actually depend on an individual and how the people that are looking after you, they see it fit for you to open that bit for yourself first, or for them to open that bit for you first, and then the others follows. Okay. All right. Remember through your teachings, that's Didi. I got a new job and relocated. The job is demanding you. We are glad. So where is my 5%? Didi, where is my 5%? Because really saying something is different. The job can be demanding, but the messenger as well needs the 5%, so that job can actually, you can get more from it. Right? The messenger needs the 5%. Kundiso, hi, how are you? Hi, Tovela. I'm new to this stuff, but will you know about having women who help you in your dreams? They usually change their appearance. What is it? Okay. Yes, we need that 5%. Imagine, actually, I need to actually even bother someone as well. They keep on saying, oh, you, and I'm thinking, hey, I can hear the ooh, ooh. Please, you're talking about a lot of things that I'm thinking as well, that I would love to share in your find. But you're not actually saying anything about the find, you're just saying, ooh, ooh, moholo, moholo. But I need to be part of the finding as well. Right? The 10%, at least DT won the 5%. Some people, they forget us. Remember that I can get the lulu, but the lulu should come with cash as well, coming to my way. Remember that even when you're getting married, people don't just say lulu, they throw money at two sides. Some, they give you blankets. It's something, isn't it? It's material stuff. All right. We are so proud of, we are so happy with you, Didi, and celebrating with you. Okay, we're talking to Kundiso. Okay, having women who help. Okay, but would you know about having women who help you in your dreams? They usually change their appearance, and I know it is them from the energy. Remember that, yes, this, Remember, it's in spirituality. Yes, these people, they will change their faces, they will change their appearances, they will change everything like that. Yes, energy wise, it's very good to know each person's energy, especially in that dream space, because they're not gonna come the same way as they will come in all the time, right? So you just have to know that this is the energy. But remember as well, if it is you're not aware of it as in energy wise, they can actually make you aware even when you're communicating with that person within that dream. If they've changed their face, then you can become aware in the dream that actually this is the person I spoke to, but they're just different now, right? They're just different. They make you aware of that, like they bring that to your consciousness in the dream state. Obviously, there is not. They make that to your awareness in the dream state. All right. What is the question? Would you know about? I don't know the woman that you're talking about, but I know that what you're talking about. I do not know the woman that you're dealing with, but I know what you're talking about. Yes. Listen, Gogo, not too sure if you already talked about the yellow jade and it is meaningful. Yes, I'll just check more videos. Listen, have you been given yellow jade? Did you get to send an approach? Ooh, money, 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 money. Hi, yeah, 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 yeah. Money, 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 money. We're gonna get it from Didi. Remember, I'm dealing with the spirit of Ife. Is the spirit of giving paid. With Ife, there's no money issues. You see, with Ife, the people promise us the 5%. That is where Ife hits different, like we expect the unexpected with Ife. You can send it anyhow. Just send it. I'll appreciate it. But remember that only if your ancestors they think I'm worth it. Don't use my ego to send me things that your ancestors haven't said you should. Listen, okay, listen, you've been given yes, yellow njeti. So how did they give it to you? I haven't yet learned about njeti, apart from I know what it is all about. What have they said to you? Because if your mother women want to teach me about the yellow njeti, I'll be happy if they can. So how did they give it to you? How did they give you yellow njeti? And we are not helping here. We are not helping people chop money. Please let us chop our money in peace. Deal with your yellow jetty and the sun shining on your part. Okay, Tonela solo music. We are not sharing here. We can share knowledge, guys. Let's not reach when it comes to only the loot can make me happy. Nothing but the loot. Okay, I'm dealing with Ife today. I think if we understand this language I'm speaking. So listen, how did they bring your yellow jeti? How did Mandawi spirit bring your yellow jeti? How did they show it to you? How did they the first time you saw it? What was the scenario? What was the how did they bring it to you, the yellow jeti? So we might get some information in there. Did it just fall from the sky, or did you just find it on top of a sofa, or did you just you were in the kitchen and you saw yellow jetty when you were about to make your tea? Tell us, how did your yellow jetty come into you? Because this is beautiful. I haven't dealt with people with yellow jetty yet. In a vision, they only bring me clothes in visions. Never seen anyone handing me jade. It just passes on my eye or in my eyes. Okay, that sounds beautiful. Now, this is what you can do for me and for to your Mandawi spirits, right? If you really want me to make you understand the yellow jade, right? And you tell your Mandawi spirit that they come to the right place. yes, I would love to know more as well about that yellow deity, right? So what they can do, if they can allow me to understand the yellow deity that they are giving you, I'll be able to help you understand it as well. So I'll be glad to go on that Mandawi lesson with you for the yellow deity, just strictly for the yellow deity. And I know sometimes they get too excited and throw in other things, but please, I just want for the yellow deity. If you can ask your Mandawi spirit for me, just say this when you're talking to your ancestors. Tobela, my ancestor spirits and guides. I was talking to Mogolo Makosi Makulu today, and I mentioned that I have Yellow if she knows about Yellow. She said she just have a little bit about Yellow that is about something to do with the sun. She doesn't have that much knowledge about it. But if you're willing, she would love to know more about it if you can teach her about it with you, the Yellow in depth, right? So I'll be happy to hear about it. So if you talk to them today with this question and they give you the dreams with the yellow jade, send me WhatsApp. Right? Mandela Spirit will get excited. If you ask them today, they will answer you. Okay. Whenever I see Jet in my vision, I just dream so terrible. I'm scared of it now. Talk to me about it, what do you mean? What colors? What color are your jetty? What colors do you have? What color do you have, Tsemisile? I think you did ask me this question before. Was it you? I think someone did ask me. I remember someone saying, "I'm scared of this." I thought they were just a comment. They were playing around there. But now that you're asking it, it looks like it's a serious thing. So tell me, what color is your jetty? A maroon jetty. Then why is it so? Why are you feeling scared? Why are you feeling scared of it? Why are you feeling scared of maroon jetty? It's beautiful. It's easy that one to actually even understand. Why are you scared of it? Let's try to understand you. Why are you scared of it? Remember that all jetties are good, are beautiful. I'm just saying it because remember it's my color, so I don't want people being scared. You know what I mean. Okay. Oops. Oh gosh, I keep on doing something wrong here. I don't know if I'm allowed to ask. I once dreamt myself waking up from my bed, hearing his group dancing and singing Zulu songs and saying, "Yeah, Mkhulu." What does it mean? I don't know what it means for you. I don't know what it means for you, but most of the people, when they wake up and start singing songs, that means they're ready. When the people are preparing them for, when they start singing songs, it's a different thing. You have been going for a long time on this spiritual path, and then your people think you're ready now. They start making you sing songs for people, right? Remember that I don't know your line. I don't know how far you've been on your spiritual path, and I don't know. I'm just giving you an example now. Remember that when you've been training, right? When your people are preparing you and they are getting you ready to celebrate, that means they will start showing you, directing you towards you do, your big do. Now, if your big do involves drumming, it involves singing, it involves all those kind of things. That means they will be setting you up in dreams like the preparation, and then the dancing, right? And then the singing. You know, sometimes they teach you the songs within the dream, then you wake up, you write them down, and you kind of like remember what tune was it? Was it like this? as you're trying to think about the tune, right? Remember, I'm talking about, because a lot of self-initiate, I deal with self-initiated and self-initiated. So these are the kind of things that we deal with. Then you'll be like thinking, if you forget so fast, what kind of song was, what was the tune of that song? You're trying to sing it, like as in the way they sing it in the song. You can remember some few words and you're writing there, then it comes in, they're making aware of it, as in the song comes in, you're hearing it, right? But then some people, they start running around singing all those songs and stuff like that. They are ready. They are ready, right? They are ready. It's just a way to show everyone else out there that they are ready. They start singing the song because they are ready to do that, right? So it will really depend. So I can't explain it without knowing how far you have been going on your spiritual path, and if this is what is happening. But different people, different things. Yes. Yes, we see a lot of things in this spiritual path. It's not one size fits all. I think I did explain it, that sometimes, especially when you're near the time of graduating, when I'm saying graduating, meaning that to have your healer do, where the community now are gonna know that you are a healer, right? This is for your ancestors to express themselves to the community, so the community will know that you have been training. Now you are now becoming a healer, so the community have to know it. It is a formal thing now. It's a formal do. So yes, so they will start preparing you with the drums. They will play the drums for you. You'll start hearing drum beats the way they want you to play them. If it's not in the dream state, you'll start hearing the drum beats. It will play a lot. Even you'll start trying to find drums now, so you can mimic what you're hearing, right? Because you're preparing. You're preparing. Your ancestors are preparing. If it is songs, they will start playing the songs, different songs. They're coming in because they're. Remember, if you have never gone anywhere else where you can learn about these songs, they have to teach you the songs themselves, right? They have to teach you. Your ancestors have to teach you the songs that you're going to be singing or dancing for in your do. So you wake up singing the songs so that you don't forget them. You wake up singing. Or if there are those ancestors who trance you now, you actually are trance, you're on your own there around people, you're singing the song because your ancestors are getting you ready, isn't it? It's what they call it. What they call it when you, what they call it? I'm thinking about English word. When you're preparing for your performance, for your big performance. When you're practicing, what they call it? The right way, practicing before your big performance. What they call it? Oh gosh. It's gonna eat me up. What they call it, guys? What they call it? Guys, work with me here. Rehearsal. Thank you, Lisady. Thank you so much. Yeah, rehearsal. So it is a rehearsal for your big ceremony. So they will rehearse you in the dream state. Some they will rehearse you physically. You'll be rehearsing physically, doing your drums, preparing as well, right? Some they will rehearse you singing. Some rehearsal is singing out loud. They'll take you out there. You'll be singing, right? Start singing ancestral. So or they start translating, singing the songs and stuff like that, so people can hear the songs as well. They tell you, "Oh, you were singing this song" and stuff like that. Depending on the ancestors who are going to be singing in there, right? So some songs they might be the language that other people don't understand. Some there will be some language that you don't understand, right? Depending on the ancestors who are going to be singing there and dancing there, right? Remember that as well. There are different dances, different songs for different dances, for different ancestors, for different spirits. Mandawu will have their own drums. Their ancestors will have their own drums, depending on whether they're Zulu, they're Sotho, they're Tsonga, and stuff like that. Laganda, they will have their songs. Shonas as well, Bashona, they will have their songs. So remember that they will keep on preparing you for that big performance. It's the most beautiful thing. But why Zulu song? Because we're going to be singing Zulu. We're not Zulu, yeah, but your ancestors are. Sometimes I dream myself bepping so hard, clapping hands like I'm paddling. It is confusing. There's nothing confusing. We all beps. We all bep. And we clap our hands. There's no confusion. You see me when I was greeting you, I was clapping my hands. There's no confusion there. There's no confusion there. It's a beautiful thing, solo music. So you have Zulu ancestors and you didn't know of that sounds beautiful. Yes, before big performance skill rehearsal. Yes, it is what it is. And we have different kind of ancestors, different, even some of us didn't even know that we've got ancestors from different tribes. We just get alarmed as they come in and speaking the language, and you're there sitting down there with ancestors. You can't hear what they're saying. You're trying to understand what they're saying, but they're just speaking it so that it becomes part of your memory, as a reminder that we are speaking this language. It is part of you, right? Because you can't be hearing the language that you don't understand, right? It is your language, your ancestors' language. It's just that you're not aware of them. So they're part of you. It's a beautiful thing. God, were you also in denial once you started trancing? And how long did you get confident and started trusting that it is happening? I'm still in denial. I think it's just my mind playing tricks. Not when ancestors were initiating me. No, I never got in denial. And remember the first time I got, my people came in. Remember that I got scared, right? And I went home, and I wanted this thing to stop because I didn't understand it, isn't it, at the time. And I didn't want to be here and be saying things that I'm hearing things that people are not at the time, because that's how I was thinking, isn't it? Like people will think I'm going crazy and stuff like that. I'm hearing people that, you understand, that doesn't make sense. The second time, I was ready. So anything that was happening to my body, anything, I was looking for what to eat. I was writing everything down, every little bit, any movement. I was so excited. I think I was so prepared. I guess even the fact that my ancestors were talking to me made me feel so special. I mean, I think I was so ready. I was so ready, right? I was so excited. So, like any movement, even if it was nothing to do with spiritual, it was like a physical movement in the house that I thought it was spiritual. I got excited only to notice that it is nothing. Maybe it's just a plug falling off the thing, right? Maybe it was not sitting properly, like these wires, that these things, it falls down, and I'm thinking, is it ancestors? Then I realized it is physical thing, it's not ancestors. Because, I was so excited about my spiritual bit that, yes, so it was like those kind of things. There was no denial the second time. When I'm saying second time, the first time I didn't know what I was dealing with. The second time I was looking for what to eat. I was looking for what to eat. Actually, I was asking myself, what is happening? Why am I not seeing what I've seen before? That's the second time. And then when they came, yes, it got too exciting, but then it got a bit like it was taking over my life, totally taking over my life, where I had to complain, right? But then I became comfortable with it. I realized that this is me. I'm not changing. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going backwards. I'm going forward with my ancestors. So it became so beautiful for me. Okay. So, all right, where were we? Okay. Okay, we're going somewhere. Who's doing tricks on someone? I think it's just my mind playing tricks on me. Uh, uh, well, if it is a mind, you can see if it doesn't get any far, then you know that your mind is playing tricks on you. But if it, remember that mind can play tricks. Yes, it's very important to be aware of that. The mind can play tricks. But when it comes to spiritual bit, when your ancestors are coming in, there is not going to be any trickery of the mind. You will definitely know that it is happening, it is real, and it is what it is, right? Yes, when you're still trying to understand what it is that you're feeling, yes, there might be that bit where you're unsure, but the moment they descend on you, is that the right way to say descend? The moment they come to you like they really are there, there won't be any trickery of the mind. You will know. Zulu ancestors, how? While I'm not Zulu and have heard we have Zulu bloodline in our family, Solomon, you need to ask the people who are coming in speaking Zulu. Remember that it's very easy. It's very, very easy to communicate with our ancestors. If someone comes to your dream state and you do not know who they are speaking the language you don't understand, or they look unusual, you need to go back when you're going to bed to ask, please, who is this person speaking this language that I'm not aware of it? And how come they are speaking Zulu? Because I'm not aware of Zulu. I'm not aware that we've got there's Zulu in my bloodline, or I have heard of something like that. Work with me here. Tell me how I became part of the Zulu, of the Zulus, so they can show you that, you see, we got to this, we got to this, we got to that. Then along the way, we did this, we did that. And then it disappeared like this, like that. Then you go to be at where you are because of this. But if we go backwards, my child, you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4th generation, there was a mixture of some sort. Right? And when I'm saying mixture, I mean that, yeah, they did mix along the way, the bloodline. Right? The family tree. Okay. Listen, okay. Remember that you ask your ancestors direct questions. They will give you the answers themselves. They will give you. Remember that the reason why they are coming to us is that we can get information directly from them, not from someone outside, directly from the people who are bringing you this new information in your dream state. So you always have to go back to them. Follow the dream with a question. If there is a question, that means answer. Follow it with a question. So when they answer it and you're still not understanding that answer, you ask them back. Please explain it in a way that it's easier for me to process and understand. Because if you're confusing me in the dream state, I'm gonna be like one of those people who get lost. But you don't want me in that way. So explain things to me in the way that it will be easy for me to understand. Right? Meaning that if you understand, your understanding is supposed to be at a primary level. You say, ancestors, explain things to me like people at primary school level, not explaining things to me like I'm at university where I'm supposed to do my own research. So take me back to the primary school level understanding. So where you're going to tell me that this plus this is this. And then if I'm still confused, you bringing it back to me in image format, like using pictures and colors. This and this makes this, right? Or draw something for me to understand. That is ancestors. They will work with you because they know you better. Okay, listen, okay, it's hard doing it alone. No mentor, nothing. How come you don't have a mentor, listen? How come you don't have a mentor? You can't be a loner in this spiritual path. Rehearsal, Togoza, Gogo, Togoza. Please help me. In this dream, we were climbing a mountain, carrying firewood on our heads, And suddenly an old lady on a green skirt with all men appeared before me. Ooh. And then what? And then what happened, Russell? Okay, Tato, I understand what Lisa is saying. I'm also constantly in the state of not fully believing in my gift to God. Hey, ay. What's happening with people who don't believe in their gift? Even after certain things happen, I ask myself if they truly happened or I'm imagining. What's happening with people? Are we supposed to do what they call it? That thing where you're spiritually beating people so that they realize that what is happening is happening. Are we supposed to be doing the fembising? So we fembising you back into remembering that yes, you've got the gifts and it exists and it is there, right? It's there, it's operating, waiting for you to use it properly, right? But I understand what you're saying. Remember that if it is there, it's there. You can't change it. Listen, this Sumaya. Listen, they do this because my voice changes and I lose eyesight, so I just need to trust myself. Toggle. Videos, please touch my Ay, you're ready to be beaten. You need your ancestors to beat you in your dream state, not me. I need to be given permission to do that. Not I can't do things and start beating people on the live session. Do beating people on live session. I need permission from ancestors, spirits and kind to say yes, spiritually beat our children, beat them, so I can do my things. Shop, 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 shop. And then you can say, yes, God, I got the gift. Yes, God, I got the gift. And you do the one. What is he saying? You do the beps that solo music is doing, and you start clapping hands and say, and doing the things. What they call the beps that healers do. Okay. I'm not ready. I'm not ready to be beaten. I've been beaten and I don't want to go back there. You guys are crazy. Yes, it's a beautiful thing, this spiritual path, but gosh, see now, you guys are going to make me like, I'm crying when I'm not. You know, this spiritual path is a beautiful thing, but like they say, you have to be patient. You really have to be patient. You have to be patient about it. You know, that bit where you start believing in what it is that is happening to you and trusting in yourself and what you're experiencing. Uh, uh, no one can force you into trusting what you don't trust and believing in what you don't believe. But we can just keep on, you know, just what do you call it? We can just keep on helping you see what it is that you're experiencing and actually acknowledging it that it is happening. That's all that we can do here, you know. But yes, yes, that bit happens, isn't it? It happens sometimes. You're used to certain things, especially these ancestors as well. They can come there, start feeding you nice, beautiful things, nice dreams. You feel their presence there and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, they just go like you kind of feel like you're alone. So then you start asking yourself, "Yeah, what happened? I thought I was on this with people. So what's happening? Why does it feel like I'm there by myself?" But it's just because they want you to process what you're getting. They want you to process. But when they're ready, when they're pushing you fast, remember the pushing, push. Especially when they're getting you ready to have that performance, big performance for them, the big do. They'll push you. They will push you, Shem. They will push you. You'll be exhausted. They will push you. But then you graduate. remember that when I'm saying graduate, you do the big performance. I'm a healer, come see, I'm a healer. I've got the beats, I've got ancestral cloth. Yes, I'm opening my own practice with the help of my ancestors, and I can show my gifts and stuff like that. Yes, so they prepare you in beautiful ways. Okay, try to say Chagosagog. Okay, you're welcome. Yes, so it's a beautiful thing, this journey. It's a beautiful thing. It is good when you're going on it and you have someone that you can talk about this negative bit of it, like the challenges that is on the spiritual, as we are facing going through the spiritual path. You have someone who can listen to you and listen to you talking about dreams. Reflecting on your own dreams is the most difficult thing. The most difficult thing. I think sometimes we are too hard on ourselves, right? Reflecting on yourself. Remember that the dreams about a lot of them, they want you to reflect on yourself and how you are in everyday life. So looking at yourself, it's like facing that mirror, right? Looking at yourself, you can see the flaws. Oh my God, I've got frowns here. Looking at the dream, and your ancestors are showing you the things that you don't want to see about yourself, negative things that you don't want to see, and they are showing them to you like that in the dream stage. Some things you forget, you put them in the back of your head, like I don't want to deal with this bit of myself, right? There are some people, even you forgot that about them, you don't want to deal with them, you block them, and ancestors, they bring them out there, say, look at them again, and now you have to reflect. This is the person I didn't want to see. These are people I didn't want to see. I thought I don't want, I even took deleted their numbers. I don't want to hear about them. I don't want to see them. Ancestors are bringing them there. Reflect on this. Why did you block them? Why did you delete them? People you've deleted when you were in primary school, when you were in secondary school, when you were in anywhere you were deleted because they've probably said something and hurt your feelings, right? So you don't want to deal with them. Okay. Ancestors, they deal with them. Because if you don't deal with people who behave that way and the way they made you feel, you don't deal with it properly, because the way you dealt with it, you just hid it. You don't want, you just covered it. You said you don't want to deal with it. Now we are opening it for you. Deal with it, because if you're going to be a healer, you need to know how to deal with people. But you can't know how to deal with people if you don't deal with the people that you could have dealt with better, but you didn't at the time. Now, second time again, how would you deal with them now that you've been given a second chance? And you have to go back to that, the Benur, what it reminded you of. That is where we're going to talk about you healing. So it's not an easy thing. And imagine if you're on your own, you're going to have to deal with that beat. What they've opened have created for you, the feeling that you didn't want to deal with now, they're bringing it back now. It's now fresh. You're dealing with it. The second dream comes. You've got green and white beads. Excuse me, I'm still dealing with this bit of you. You've shown me someone now here. You reminded me of something that I didn't want to be reminded of now. Now you want me to celebrate the green and white beads. So which one is which? And happiness. You don't even know which one is which. So you see how it is like in the spiritual path. And then the following day, they bring something else nice. Then they show you something you're doing so nicely. You go around telling people, hey, me, I'm like this. You can't deal with me like that. Me, I'll tell you everything I need to tell you. You can't talk to me the way you think you can talk to me. I know myself. I've got my own rights. You can't shift me. When I think about things, you can't change the way I'm thinking about them, because I know I'm focused. I'm with my ancestors. They're working with me all the way, making me see things the way that I should be seeing them. So you on the street, you're trying to tell me something else. I'm armed with my ancestors. Then boom, the next dream comes. They're putting you in a situation. You're like this. Someone is doing something that is uncomfortable. You are like this. You can't even tell them off. But then why did you show me like I was telling people like this? Now you're showing me this bit as well now that I'm like, I can't even deal with it. I'm like, now like this, my ancestors, please work with me here. Which one is which? Because you have to be consistent. You have to be consistent. You have to be consistent. That's ancestors. Hey, yeah. But remember that we are working hard to make sure that we beat them in those dream states, especially when it is something to do with you and your conduct in real life. You are supposed to make sure that you understand when you're in that dream state, that ancestors, remember that I'm aware that you're trying to show me this bit of me. Don't try to change things around me to make me confused. Like someone was saying that these women, they are coming, they are different with the same energy, but the face is different, right? So you're telling them in the dream state, you now, when you're in that dream, you now do the, what they call it, where you can, what they call it, when you can become aware and be yourself in the dream state. You become aware that you're dreaming, but then you can talk about the way lucid. You become lucid in that dream state. Ancestors, come on now, you just changed the face. You were like 6 women here surrounding me. Now you've changed, you've turned into these small kids and stuff like that, obviously. Remember, they can do whatever they want. The energies stay constant, but people's appearances changes. Come on now. I'm dealing with you now. You've changed into this. You'll see ancestors even laughing there in the dream state because they've seen that they were trying to trick you. You understood them. You beat them at their own games. So that trickery couldn't work for you. So they laugh because obviously, remember that the dream setting, they are setting these things for you in the dream state so that you can become aware of this particular bit of yourself, or you can become a better person. Remember that sometimes you're correcting, sometimes you're advancing, sometimes you're just looking at the things in a different perspective, right? Dealing with things using a different perspective. That's when we're talking about education as well. Sometimes we're there learning as well. Anyway, so that is something. So we don't have anything to say now. Oh, we've gone through 1 hour, 70 minutes. I think we don't have. And remember, don't forget to do the click likes there, encouragement thumbs, and then we'll talk again. I think we are done. But remember that always go back to your ancestor spirits, and guides to ask for clarity, for more, for them to explain things better for you. And please, that yellow jetty, I want to know more about it. Please ask your Mandao spirits. They'll be excited. They'll share that information. Yes, they would love to share that information. And please let them know. I would love to hear from them as well. And Kanya.